Alright, welcome to A Girl Named Jared. It's a basic vlog about a guy stuck in a girl's body. Pardon the laptop, I always pre-read out a script because I do have a habit of rambling if I don't. So, I did a drag show at the beginning of January. You guys can check out the video, I'll put a link up here. I'm really proud of putting myself out there as a drag king and just getting started on that craft. I've started working on my next set of songs and dances, so that way I can have a couple of options. Every time that I see an opportunity to go out there. I film myself while I practice, and while I'm no dancer, I do like to make sure I'm not just repeating the same thing over and over again. With that being said, this is not a video about my methods of how I work through a drag show or performance routine and how I set that up. I'll do a different video about that information. Today I just want to talk about gender dysphoria. And my hips, well, not something that makes me unable to function or look at myself. They do cause me a lot of discomfort. I don't like how they look, and I don't like how I see myself. I don't like the fact that I don't see myself the way that I see myself in my head. When I go back and I watch my first drag show video, when I'm watching that current practice footage, all I can see is my love handles and my hips and how my obliques are not filling in the gap here. So all I see are curves, and it really bothers me, and it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me want to back out of doing more drag shows. It makes me want to, buy baggier clothes. Anything I can to hide that feature while still being me. And I struggle with that. I see how much of the curve I have in the area where my obliques are, but the muscle just isn't bulking out the way that I want to, even though I work out on a regular basis. And I notice this in photos all the time. Definitely I'm noticing this in a lot of videos that I'm making as I'm working through all these new routines. And I see it in the mirror on a daily basis. So while it's not something that prevents me from being able to function on a regular basis, I don't like how I look. It's not the way that I picture myself. And it's something I try my best to hide and cover up with clothes, but since I like clothes that have a slim fit, actually are slightly form-fitting, especially in the shoulders and things, it makes it a little bit harder to hide those features. And I'd rather go for a clothing style I like and just be grumpy about the curves. So about a year ago, I posted a video covering the reasons why I wouldn't go through hormone replacement therapy. Those reasons are still valid. I'll post a link to it here in the video. And I still think that those reasons still fit me today, but it's something I need to process once again. Some of those reasons cost. Coming out again to my parents. HRT is not going to provide sperm so I can have my own genetic kids someday. And frankly, I just don't like shots. So I summed it up that I have to work out harder and longer to gain the muscle in the body I want to see in the mirror. That's how I summed up the last video. And the more research I do on bodybuilding for all genders, the more I have to come to terms with the fact that I don't get a say in how estrogen distributes my fat in my body. And I don't get a say in the fact that while I am muscular, the muscles will always be leaner due to my estrogen levels. So if I want these changes, I've got to do something else. My only chance at really making a physical change in myself so I don't hate the body I see in the mirror is to change the way my hormones work. I still have many questions, but I went ahead and I did a consultation the other day and just briefly talked to somebody about what those next steps would look like. How do I even know what dose I should be on, or get a little bit more answers about cost and things like that. And that next step really is to go in and just do a basic physical and talk to the doctor while they're doing the physical about cost, what the changes are really going to look like. Is this actually going to be a good option for me? Is there a better way that I could be working out that would make a change? Is there a different kind of medication or something that I could go on maybe to get the muscle definition that I'm looking for, get less of a curvature? I doubt it, but there are definitely questions that I can ask about. Right now, what I know is that cost could potentially be covered by insurance, but it's something that has to be looked at once I can get approved for anything. I can go on a lower dose, and it would take a while for any kind of effects to show. So coming out again is something that I can work through and continue to process through with a therapist. There's nothing you can do about sperm. Absolutely nothing. There is something called androgel. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, there's a different type of gel that you can do and put on instead of shots. I don't know if it's a daily basis, I don't know if it's a monthly basis, other questions I have to ask. I do know that it's a much lower dose than what your average shot would be, and that might be a direction to start going. But so those are things that I plan on talking to a doctor about, and you know, going in and getting a physical is never a bad thing, just to make sure I'm in good health, and those are what my next steps are, so stay tuned. Go ahead and leave comments, suggestions, questions. If you've got any advice, especially for the Chicago area, post that down in the comment section below. Or if you have any questions that you want me to answer in the next video after I do the checkup, let me know. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, all underneath a girl named Jared, of course. And subscribe so you don't miss the next video.